From today, you're going to see how all of this, everything that's gone on, is going to be truly amazing from here on out. You have been given a new start. Today's the new year, it's a new fresh start. This is where everything is going to become so clear. That's all I keep hearing, so clear. You know, I just did a read and then I went and sat out in my daughter's garden. It's so beautiful. And I'm watching all the birds. And because I don't have a garden, so I've come here to my daughter's and I'm so truly grateful for that. I'm here to be able to help her on a journey. And, you know, normally, like, a lot's been coming up for a lot of us. And like I said, today is the day that you take back your power. Today is the day that you remind yourself how far that you've really come. Because this is what it's about. You have gone through so many challenges that today you can know who you are. You know how truly strong you are. You now know where you've got an idea of where you're going. You now are the messenger. You are the one that was chosen to inspire others on from the journey that you've been on. You're the one now that can bring others out from their dark places, knowing that there's a way, knowing that no matter where you've come from, what you've gone through, and what life has presented itself to you as, that you now can feel anew is on the horizon. This is for the ones that have truly, truly decided that their new is going to be just the best. This is where you now know that, like I said, like whatever life is going to throw, you are ready to catch it and make it your own. This is where you now feel inspired. You are in this energy now where you don't know what's coming, but you always know that whatever does come, it's going to evolve you on your journey. That each and every single one of you is now on the journey of self-discovery, of truly knowing who you are. You are the one that is here to change. You are the one that's here to send love, to send light. You also now have a balance of both light and dark, that you know that the balance of each is what's helped you grow. A seed, when planted, gets planted into the dark, wet soil, and the seed doesn't know that it's going to grow so much to turn into such a beautiful flowered plant. But this is where Spirit's saying now that you know, in order for you to have discovered who you were, you came here on a mission of turning the darkness into light, to going into the darkness, to come out shining so bright that it's going to startle yourself and others, or it has already. You are now on this cycle of discovery and the belief of who you truly are. You are just so immensely grateful. Discipline is the architect of destiny. What you do daily defines who you become. Yeah, because you have been in that phase of lacking self-love, but now because you have seen so much that have come up, you've become disciplined now to understanding when the thought processes come up, that you now can understand why they're there. You can now ask yourself, what is it that I have learned from this journey? These thoughts, they wasn't there to destroy you. You now know that the thought process you have now been observing has been the one thing that's caused you to evolve so much. They want you to now block anyone who is trying to cause you mental fog. So you have people on your journey that don't understand who you are. You know, people question. You have gone through phases in your life where you felt absolutely crazy. You have had mental breakdowns. These are trigger warnings. I do apologise. You have gone through so many situations that you now look back off and be like, wow, you know, I really got through that. And Spirit's wanting you to know that it wasn't at all to destroy you. It was for you to see your true strength. And this is coming through a lot because, you know, you have gone through such an ordeal that you now, like I said in my last reading, you now know that no matter what, anything gets thrown at you now, that you integrate that into power, into knowledge, into wisdom, into guidance for others as well as yourself. You now know that you are strong enough to overcome anything. You are the one that is destined to adapt to anything. Your soul purpose is so strong, it's so unique that others aren't. Whoa. Because you're a healer, you're healing yourself, then to be able to heal others. All trials and tribulations had to happen exactly as they did for you to have such growth, to be here exactly where you are right now. You are one of God's strongest warriors. To now help and guide others, that's why you were kept in the hermit mode, to see your courage and strength. Yeah, we're just saying that. What are your beliefs? See, all my cards fell, but these was the only ones that was on the upright, so they're the ones that I'm taking. What are your beliefs? Because now knowing what your beliefs are is now what's excelling you forward. Comparing yourself to others, don't. You are on your own unique journey. Keep shining. Yeah. Because the winter time is where you went into your hermit mode and you truly, really worked on yourself and you really discovered who you was. You truly found yourself in that moment. New adventures await. Get excited. What makes you happy? Yeah. The darkness works for the light. It just doesn't know it yet. We come to the light when we learn this. Because this is what you've been doing. This is where you have been on this, you know, of, like I said, you know, you've started to understand the darkness. You have started to understand that everything happened for a reason. And like I said, the darkness works for the light. Because without, you know, that's when the light comes. When we learn this, you know, you have to be truly cracked open to let the light in. You know, you have gone, like I said, a new adventure awaits you now, because you've learned all the trials and tribulations have led you to be exactly where you are right now. You have understood each path. You are transforming. Emotions play an important role now, but don't let them overwhelm you. Understanding your emotions will lead to self-control. Work on removing any blocks and allow new energy and ideas to flow. Because this is it, this is what I'm saying. We have come into this new energy now. This is us now discovering that, you know, our emotions have led to self-control. We have not allowed, at times, we have allowed emotions to truly destroy us because we didn't understand the balance. Whereas now, the discipline that we have put into understanding each moment, to now asking for guidance in each moment and giving it all to Source, is where you found that balance now, you know, because now your wisdom is phenomenal. Yeah, because now you are now seeing the mask coming off on others. You are now seeing the ones that you're truly here to be with. You now notice each and every single person now. You feel the energy. You have gone through so many lessons that you now understand that you're not a victim anymore, that you now have used that to build your strength, to build your character, to know that you are the true messenger of God. You are now expressing yourself rather than suppressing yourself. You now know that the ones who are meant to be on your journey are. It says, grandfather or dad watching over you, sending their love. They are proud of you. Yeah, you've got your ancestors that when they passed over, that they're the ones that have become your guides. They're the ones that, and you'll have felt this on such a soul level, that they're sending their love and they are proud of you because you've come on this you've just gone around this huge turnaround. You are now open to receiving divine support because you now understand. Stop waiting for motivation. It isn't coming. Discipline is the spark that builds momentum. Yeah, so because you have been, like I say, you have been focusing on now, right, what can I do now in this situation? Where is it that what is it I'm meant to be seeing? Where is it I'm meant to be going? You have been so focused and driven now that you're not allowing the energies to come in and destroy you anymore. You are now on this journey of self-discovery. You are now on this journey knowing that what's happened before doesn't define who you are today. You are who you are today from a knowing that you know who you are. Your thoughts now are changing. Your cycles are changing. Everything's been, this karma coming. Like I say, you've been maybe going through a court case or going through battles with others. These people are now not able to come into your energy unless you allow them to now. You have removed others from your journey that you know that you have tried to save but you couldn't save. But Spirit's saying you're not meant to save others if it's going to hurt you in a way. They're saying that they're in spiritual court now. This is for your ancestors. This is for your divine loved ones. They are the ones dealing with all this now, and they're sending you so much positivity and love. They're saying that these people was told to stop, and they made you feel unsafe, but because you really gave that to Source, you really said, I don't know what the outcome is going to be, but what I do know is I'm not going to allow it to destroy me. You've sent out so much love and healing to others that now this is your time to receive that love and healing, and you feel this. It's a perfect time for reconciliation, for fixing your relationship with yourself. It's a time now where you've spoken harsh words to yourself, and now you're starting to understand that, you are now in that phase of where you want to love yourself more now, and that speaking negatively to yourself is what's going to keep you in a negative energy that you can't face the day. But what they're saying is that your emotional, your intellectual self, your growth, flexible blend, your abilities with new ideas, you are absorbing compromise where you need to focus on the goodness all around you. There is a harmony and understanding that's coming in now for you. Because, like I say, you are now going to start receiving divine support in abundance, because you have gone through this journey where you felt everything was so dark and there was no way out, but you started to see that each time that you had this darkness, that you did find the light, and that's where you find your true self, not afraid to go inwards no more. Your beauty is knowing yourself. So yeah, this is like I said, this is where at one time going in this was so hard, because the inner standing was a tough cycle because of everything that you've gone through. You was lacking self-love through all the trials and tribulations that you went through, kept you trapped in an illusion of that you wasn't good enough. This is where Spirit's saying now that you are starting to look inward, and your beauty now is knowing yourself. You'll notice that your hair started to change. You're starting to feel that when you look at yourself in the mirror now, that you are starting to take pride in who you are. You know that you're on this beautiful journey now. You know you're here to inspire others, and because you've inspired yourself so much, whereas at one point you knew that, that you didn't know that you could get through that. But they're saying that you're unbreakable now, and they want you to say, I am unbreakable, because you now know that you are unbreakable because of everything that you've gone through. You know that you've come out shining so bright. And others are now looking at that saying, wow, how she got through that. And by that is how others are starting to see, whereas at one point there was maybe on your journey believing that you was crazy. Maybe you had family members, friends that thought that it wasn't ready to hear you. But this is where they're going to be wanting to hear you soon, because they are seeing that now all your abundance is starting to flow. You are on this journey now where you are walking with your head held high. You've changed completely. You might not see it yourself so much right now, but you are going to see it within the next coming months. Like this April for you is such an expansion on your inner knowing, your inner standing. You are starting to understand truly who you are and why you're here. You are now, because you're learning to love yourself, your frequency is raised on such a level that, you're seeing the true beauty in everything around you. Yeah, like I say, what others are thinking now is none of your business. They want you to remind you of that, because it's only what you believe that you are that's going to evolve you. Each time you catch yourself in a moment of self-doubt, ask yourself why it's there, because that's an old belief. You're going to find that all these old scenarios are going to come back up. But it's a test right now, because you're on the brink of evolution. This is the most that you've evolved in so long, that your subconscious mind is trying to keep you safe by keeping you in your old self, because it knows that that's where you've survived, that's where you've overcome things. So it's going to keep trying to keep you there in the knowing that it knows. The more that you program yourself, how beautiful does that sound? The more that you are understanding now what each thought is, the more that you're going to change your subconscious mind, because it's going to know that that's also safe too. So the more in the knowing and the more in the willful of understanding who you truly are is what is now, like I said, divine counterparts coming in. Your energy is shifting. Yeah, because this is because you're not allowing these thoughts now to, you are understanding them and sending love to them, because who you have been is where you have learned all this. If you wouldn't have gone through everything that you've learned, Spirit's saying, you wouldn't be where you are today on trying to inspire others. You can now inspire others because of what you've gone through. Your story really matters. And there is others out there that need to hear your story, to know that they can come out into this beautiful world with the knowing that, there is time for change. You can change who you are, because who you are now is always who you was meant to become. You are perfectly on time. There was never a time that that you've missed. Each moment has put you where you are on this new path now. This is your happy new year. This is your start of the new journey of finding and discovering who you truly are, who you was always meant to be. This is your birthright. You have every right to be where you are now. You are being tested today to your fullest. Ask what needs to be seen. Issues of understanding. You will find solutions. Breathe, feel held, ask for a spiritual hug. So this that you are being divinely guided. But you are going to be tested to see if you truly are ready for the gifts that are coming in, because you are unbreakable. And as soon as you know that you're unbreakable, that's when, oh gosh. So everything's just seeming, like everything's just, you've overcome addictions. You've overcome a lot of addictions, ones that you thought that you probably could never have come out of. But maybe this is going to come up today. Maybe there's going to be old feelings of, because you're being tested, of what needs to be seen. who was you years ago, last week? You know, these are addictions, no matter what addictions they are, whether it's feeling old patterns, we're addicted to the old self because the old self is what's kept us where we are, but it's also helped us grow to who we are today. So this is what they want you to know, is that you have overcome so much and you are perfectly right where you're meant to be. Stop waiting for motivation. You've already got it. September time could have been where you went through this, Scorpio. So yeah, this is where you seriously found who you were. You brought your stinger out. You was moving fast. You was deciding that you was no longer bogged down in all this illusion no more. You decided that you are who you truly believe that you are. This is where you found your self-love again. You know, this is where you started to forgive yourself for everything. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're only a victim if you see it this way. Who do you need to move away from today? So these could be old people that have, or people that are old, but these could be people that are in your energy now that you know, each time that you're in that energy with them, that, you know, they want to keep reminding you of your old self. And that's why Spirit's saying it's only your business to believe what you believe about you, not what others are saying. Again, you're only a victim if you see it this way. Who do you need to move away from you today? I was just saying that. Who do you need to move away from you today? Because, you know, you saw this in September, since September. Yeah, that just flew down there. So it's time to release them. It's time to remove them from your energy. And you know who these people are already. Confirmation coming. You will see very soon why you was being prepared. You're starting to see. This is why this new energy is coming in, because new adventures await. Get excited. What makes you happy? Spirit's really wanting you to really be in that energy now, and you have support from your family members on the other side. They have become your new guides. You know, these people now that once you decide are going to be in spiritual court, that's down to Spirit then to deal with all the ones that have been on your journey that have tried keeping you trapped, keep stinging you over and over and over again. Always come back full of sorries, became patterns, had to keep your son or your daughter safe at all costs. So maybe you were in court. Maybe you were in court, and maybe it's come to a point where this person's addictions, this could have been September, Scorpio. Their sign could be Scorpio. Your sign could be Scorpio. You know, and they're wanting to come back round now. So this is a person that's had addictions or does have addictions. But they're saying that, you know, you have a new counterpart coming in now. You know, you overcame everything. You decided that you wasn't a victim anymore, that you was going to protect at all costs. Because you're only a victim if you see it this way, and you saw now that you are not the victim. You allowed others to keep coming back because you really wanted to help this person. You truly, truly wanted to help this person. But that's because you're a divine of God. But God's saying now, give it to God. Because this person's going to keep coming back in. Don't ever dim to fit in. You're perfectly you. Everyone sees the karmic liar now. Yeah, everyone's starting to see this karmic liar because they're all at breaking point now, because they all supported this person or people. They was all being supported because they couldn't see what this person was actually doing to you. But what Spirit wants you to be mindful of is that, yes, you did go through all this and it was awful. But that's where you found your true strength. That's when you learned to say, no, enough is enough. Everyone on this planet is here for a purpose, whether good or bad. Each person is here for you to learn from, lead with love. So when you release this person, they want you to send love and healing. This is now to God to deal with all these situations, because once you decide that, they get removed from your energy. They are no longer allowed to be in your energy. You have protected yourself and your children or your child. They're saying that you really found yourself in this time, that you realised for a time that it was fear that was holding you back, that this person could no longer hurt you anymore. The calmer you are, the clearer you think. Sometimes you have to let go of something good to make room for something even better. So what you thought was good and what you thought was, you there to help others, which is a really, really good thing. Don't get me wrong on that. By you helping this person, even though they never shown you that you truly did help them, now that you've walked away or you're going to be walking away, that's what's going to heal them. Because they're going to understand they're never going to find a person like you. But also Spirit is showing me that the good and bad was always meant to be. Because through the bad is what showed you the good. I'm being shown that before we came here, we came with a plan. Now, everybody that's been in our energy, before coming here, we said, I want you, and you to be on my divine plan to destroy me. And Spirit's saying, all the spirits are saying, but you will not love me throughout all of this. You will truly hate me once I come in and do that. Are you sure that's really what you want me to do? And you said, yes, because I need this to evolve me. I need this to show me my gifts, to show me my true strength. And so this is why God wants you to send love, release with love and harmony, to send healing. You are removing yourself, and they're saying to not go back, because that was part of your evolution all along. The new that's coming in is going to be far greater than what you're leaving behind. But to send love to each and every one. And by you doing that, not only do you release yourself, you're also releasing them. Because you was at breaking point, but they're saying that the calmer you are, the clearer you think. Confusion disorder can lead to errors. Setting priorities will help ease your worries. Okay, I don't want those ones now. But they're saying that this happened in winter time. This is where you truly went into the understanding of who you truly were. September's where maybe this is their birthday or maybe this is yours. They're saying that the 285 healing frequency influences your energy field. So they're wanting you to listen to 285 hertz. You can listen to that on YouTube. You can listen to that on Spotify, I think it is. You know you are ready. You're now ready for something new. Coming out for all to see. Immense beauty. So this is now because you now know you truly are. You're now shining. Your light is so bright that others now are starting to see that, you're now who you've been truly saying that you are. But Spirit's saying it's not about telling others who you truly are now. This is about you understanding who you truly are. And others are going to see that. Get ready. You're going into high levels of awareness through embracing your life lessons, expansion. Yeah, this is because now you are starting to see who you truly are, now that you are leveling up just through the knowing of who you truly are. Knowing now and sending out love to all. Staying away from the news, sending love to everything. When you catch yourself in this is happening in the world, send love to it. The more you send love to it rather than focusing on what's actually going on, the more the energy is going to change. There's so many of us now doing that the dark cannot overcome how we feel now. That the more that we send love, the more our energy changes, because you are the you in universe. You are the center of your universe. So what you believe and what we all believe as a collective is what's going to change the energy frequency on our planet. Saint Gabriel now shows me a circle of bright light that spins slowly like a celestial whirlwind, and asks you to leave them and thank them. I open my field of light and cleanse my soul, and I let my angels protect me without rest. Write these words with deep faith in my heart. This is how to activate your angels. So now the more that you are focusing and you are leaving behind now the old cycles, the old lacking of self-love. Your transformation is coming in, because confirmation that you need is going to be coming in. You have everything you ever wanted. Do you see this? Don't allow past to keep you there. Look how far you have come. So this is the thing, we've got old patterns surrounding money. Maybe you was brought up in where you didn't have so much. Maybe you've not had so much. But this is a contract also that we came in with. When we're ready to see that this contract we came in with was designed for us to be humble, to want to give to others, because we know how it feels to be in that lack. Once we understand the contract that we came with, it's ready to release. It's done. You have learnt the lessons for that contract, and then a new contract comes in. So they're wanting you to really understand that money, that material is an energy, and what you feel about it is what you're going to receive with it. Who controls your mind the most? Your thoughts are power. There's something to learn or release. You decide. It's always been your choice. Each obstacle you face is an opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Embrace the discomfort. That's where growth happens. Sorry. So yeah, this is, like I said, this is about you now understanding that each challenge that you've overcome is what's been designed all along for you to feel that strength within yourself. And your family's so truly grateful. Your ancestors, your angels, your guardian angel that you came with that's never left your side is so grateful now for who you've become. Because you're kind and generous throughout everything that you've gone through. You are kind and generous. And, not many are in that knowing of that. You have evolved so much that is what's gave you the kindness. And the fact that you can be generous is because you've come from times where it was so truly hard. But each time you learned that you got through it and it was okay. 174 Hertz removes pain. So they want you to listen to that now, because it's time to release all the pain that you've been carrying. It's time now to ask for a spiritual hug. Give it all to God. Give it all to your guides, your ancestors. They're all waiting for you to accept that and for you to truly ask, because again, it's free will and you have to ask for this to come in. And this is why it has been coming in and why you have changed, because you did cry out and ask for the help. So May time is going to be a time where you are going to fully come into who you are. This journey up to May is where you're understanding everything, why it all had to happen, but you're releasing it all with love. Looking at your life right now, what is the noise you feel most pressured to respond to? Even though your gut tells you to stay quiet, the answers you need are already in your pocket. So you came here with this sole purpose. You already have been training for this for lifetimes. You truly know you are the messenger of Earth. You are the oracle. You're having a deep level of understanding. This has all been about your evolution. This has all been about you discovering who you truly are. The confusion now is being released. You are coming into gifts now that you could never imagined. You have been asking for so many things, but what is actually going to come in is going to really make you cry. Not in a sad way, but really in thank you, God. Thank you for everything that you're bringing into my life right now. Everything's going to start falling into place. People are just going to gift you things. They want you now to see that the reason that you was attracted to these darker forces was for your evolution. It was always going to be that way all along. It's nothing to be blaming, that you chose this path, so on and so forth. You came here with this path. You was always going to choose the path that you'd chosen. The chosen paths was already chosen because you are the chosen one. You was meant to go through each level of your life for you to see that you are the chosen one, to know that you overcame things that many couldn't. and still hold the light of true beauty and positiveness. If you could have anything in this world right now, what would that be? Write down 10 ways you could get there. Then pick the one that you could start with today. Once written, you can see a way to get there. Baby steps each day. So yeah, write 10 things that you would, that you would like, and then choose the one that's the easiest for now. The one that you know that you could truly get there. And then once you've got there after doing that, you're going to see that everything's possible. Anything is truly possible that you truly put your mind to, because you are the messenger of Earth. You are the one that's come here to, you're the one that's came here to show everybody publicly of who you truly are, to bring to God, to show people by your faith that you can achieve anything. This is all about you now discovering who you are. This is about you sending love to all, especially to yourself. Giving yourself that spiritual hug. Allowing each motion to come out that comes out, to not keep it trapped there, because that's where you're going to find the eggs. I'm hearing the eggs. This is where you're going to find in your Easter hunt the eggs of evolution. This is where you find your true gifts. This is where you truly find out how truly strong that you are. Give yourself a pat on the back. Tell yourself that you love yourself. Each time you catch yourself walking past the mirror, say, I love you. I'm grateful for you. Grateful that you never gave up. I'm so truly grateful if you got this far. I hope that the message was given in such a way that, to who it was truly meant for will receive the love of God, and know that you are perfectly on time. You was always going to be perfectly on time. And I'm so grateful for you. I hope you have a wonderful new year, and I hope everything that you've been truly desiring and more is going to show you how just truly beautiful that you are. And even without all gifts and everything, I hope you truly know how amazing and wonderful you are. Take care. Bye bye.